Good morning, this is Benjamin Raven filling in for Mark Torregrossa for today's weather forecast. I'm going to try and get us situated here. Oh shoot. Hi, this is Benjamin Raven filling in for Mark Torregrossa on the weather today. I'm going to wait for some people to get in here before we really dive into the weather. Here we go. Benjamin Raven with your weather forecast, filling in for Mark Torregrossa today. We are still, it's going to be a very windy one today as this cold front moves in on the heels. Good morning, everyone. Benjamin Raven here, MLive. Your weather forecast for Friday, September 21st. We'll run through the regional stuff. I'll run you through the radars and graphics. We'll check in on any watches and warnings, and we'll go through any just quick news from yesterday's storm system that swept through lower Michigan and the UP. High temperatures today in southeast Michigan could reach the low 80s. Enjoy that. Cold front is on the way. West Michigan in the mid to high 70s. Northern Michigan in the low 70s to high 60s. And in the UP, your highs are in the mid 60s to high 50s. Low temperatures for southeast Michigan, low 50s to high 40s. West Michigan's in the mid 50s. Northern Michigan is in the high 30s. And in the UP, we're going to be in the low to mid 30s to the low 40s at some point. Good morning. Yes, that's right. Beard is freshly washed and formed for you guys this morning. Just going over the high and low temps. Obviously, a major discrepancy between those two. That cold front is moving in this afternoon, and it's going to be a very real, I called it a season-changing cold front yesterday. And that's true. I'm going to go over that real quick while we're here because that is the news. Temperatures 6 a.m. Friday. We're reading from the west side of the state, 74 and 76. On the east side of the state, we're at 76, 72. Northern Michigan, we're at 72. And in Cadillac, we're at 75. Now, the forecasted temperatures for 6 p.m. on Friday. Let's go over a couple of things here. Southeast Michigan, not many changes. Ann Arbor, 72 degrees projected, or 72 degrees recorded in Ann Arbor at 6 a.m. this morning. Projected at 6 p.m. is 72. So Southeast Michigan, that cold front is not taking us over by storm like it is the rest of the state, because 6 a.m. this morning, Cadillac was recorded at 75 degrees. Projected for 6 p.m. in Cadillac, 57 degrees. Don't worry where Mark is. I'm here. In Grand Rapids, 6 a.m., 76 degrees. 6 p.m., we're going to be down into the low 60s. So it's really, southeast Michigan's going to avoid that strong cold front effects today, at least during the day, in the afternoon, and in the evening. We will feel it tomorrow morning. But, yeah, those are the lower Michigan temperature drops. We're going to see some drops of 15 degrees, 18 degrees, 10 degrees. But that cold front is moving in. Now, you go a little further north, looking ahead to rain today. There's a storm moving across the state. We're going to get to Kalamazoo. We're going to get to southwest Michigan. But northern Michigan, I wanted to focus on those low temperatures. Friday morning to Saturday morning, we're going to be going from the mid-60s and high 60s to the low 40s and high 30s. The word frost has been thrown around. We're going to be looking out for that. So, yeah. Hello, everyone. I'm going to get to Kalamazoo, I promise. That's like the third comment on that. Weekend weather forecast, keep an eye out for that after I go through the live. This is going to focus on today's weather forecast. As I said, while we're all here, high temps, southeast Michigan, we're going to reach the low 80s, and then that cold front's going to move in. West Michigan's going to be in the mid 70s. Yeah, frost is coming in. Northern Michigan, low 70s, high 60s. UP's in the 60s to 50s. Lower Michigan's looking at drops in temperatures from 10 to 15 degrees. Northern Michigan, UP, as much as 30-degree temperature drops, 25-degree temperature drops. Let's go through that. Here we go. I'm not replacing Mark. I'm just filling in for Mark. I'm not sure what you're saying. Be careful for. No, I do not have a name. It's just Beard Guy. That's what I prefer. Southwest Michigan, wind gusts of 40 to 45 miles an hour will occur today, which may result in scattered power outages and down tree limbs. That's what you need to be watching out for. A few thunderstorms are possible this morning. Let's look at that radar real quick. We haven't got into this yet. You guys are asking about rain. Get to see behind the curtain here a little bit. Oh, here we go. Sorry about that. This was our radar right here. See, there's a strong source system, a slow-moving source system, just kind of hanging out over West Michigan and Southwest Michigan right now. That storm system is just kind of slow-moving right here, just kind of lingering over this part, but some scattered thunderstorms are possible throughout the day. As we hit, while we're looking at Southwest Michigan and this storm right here, let's go over that Southwest Michigan. Southwest Michigan, much like most of the state, is going to be staring down strong wind gusts today. Keep an eye out for power outages. Consumer Energies is already reporting about 7,000 power outages in the state. Excuse me. But a few thunderstorms are going to be possible with this storm right here. So watch out for that. It's kind of just lingering right now. It's going to slowly move across the state, as you can see. Southeast Michigan, we're going to turn windy in Southeast Michigan as that strong cold front moves through the region. We're going to experience wind gusts here in Metro Detroit, Ann Arbor, Jackson area, 35 to 40 miles an hour. Winds are going to turn westerly this afternoon. Slight chance of thunderstorms during the early afternoon hours. There's a potential for some storms, heavier showers to produce some isolated wind gusts greater than 45 miles an hour. But yeah, much like most of the state, and I glossed over the lead to the story for the day. Wind gusts are going to be in that 35 to 45 mile an hour range today, so that's what we're really looking out for, is the strong wind gusts. The rain in Ann Arbor, I thought the rain was going to be in, the way I was looking when I woke up about 6:30 this morning, it looked like Ann Arbor was going to get rained on a lot earlier, but that storm's just kind of hanging out over Beard Raven. I like that. It's just kind of hanging out over that, from that stretch from Chicago, Kalamazoo, South Bend, and Grand Rapids, so slowly moving kind of in a northeast direction right now, but some isolated storms in that. Let's see, yeah. Oh, and in northern Michigan, we already do have some wind advisories in effect, and with that strong, my hand's in the way because my phone's not hanging up after I flipped you guys around to show me the radar, so one-armed reporting here, but northern Michigan, with that strong cold front, scattered thunderstorms are going to come west to east this morning. They should end this morning. Like I said, you just were looking at that radar with me. Storms are just kind of lingering over the UP in northern Michigan right now. There's a risk for a couple of severe storms and damaging winds through daybreak in the Drummond Island area, northern Michigan. There's going to be a line from Cadillac to Rogers City, the National Weather Service is telling me this morning. Yeah, the strong winds are going to continue to develop across the day. That's what's going to be going on. Waterford tonight, I don't think you'll be washed out tonight. It's going to be windy today, though. That's what you need to be worried about when you're camping, because we're going to be 35 to 45 mile an hour strong wind gusts at time. I am chuckling at some of the comments. You guys are on it today. It's definitely Friday. But here's the part that caught my eye this morning for northern Michigan. Patchy frost will be possible across the interior portions of eastern upper and northern lower Michigan late tonight into Saturday morning. Frost, guys. Watch out for frost. Let's get into it here. We're going to go full-on radar mode here. I'm going to flip you around, say goodbye to the beard. Here we go. Remembering how to work one of these phone things. Here's our high temperature projection for the day today. As you can see here in lower Michigan, whoops, still got you here. Sorry, hands are shaking today. As you can see, look, these are our high temperatures for the day. Southeast Michigan, we're still hanging out in the 80s. West Michigan, you're in the mid-70s. As you can see, the UP and northern Michigan are already a little down. Yeah, that's right, Julie. Frost is in the forecast for these regions tonight, like Cadillac and north, where that extreme 25 degree to 30 degree drop. Thank you. I'm glad you've enjoyed it. Oh, I'm sorry. I should have warned you. That's jarring, right? That's one day. That is overnight lows. Look at that beautiful orange and yellow still hanging out. Gone. It's gone. Strong cold front moving in. As you can see, southeast Michigan still hanging on to the 50s. The rest of the state's in the mid-30s, low 40s. That's a real cold front. That's a real cold front, and let's go out to the whole Midwest here, just because, as you can see, it's kind of struck the whole thing. That storm moved through here. Look at what that storm did to us right here. That was a warm front a couple days ago. Boom, gone. So that's reality right now. Yeah, that's right. We're going to run through some graphics today. Here are those forecasted temperatures, just in case you missed those earlier on today. Big drops on the way. And that's not even looking at the UP. That's for today, from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. That cold front is having a hard effect already. Here we go, low temperatures. That's even worse right there. This is where your frost warnings are potentially going to pop up in. We do not have any frost watches or warnings yet, but the word frost has been thrown around by National Weather Service folks this morning. So keep an eye out for that. Like I said, I will be doing a weekend weather post right up after this live video, and keeping an eye on all kind of stuff like that. We're going to run through everything I've been looking at. Here are peak winds on Friday. Cadillac 33, 34, Big Rapids about the same. Up in the thumb, though, as you'll see, we're going to get some stronger winds in that Saginaw Bad Axe, 39 to 41. These are going to be your steady winds. This is not concerning wind gusts because, as I said, with some of those isolated storms still lingering right here and slowly moving across the state in this region, there's going to be possible wind gusts of up to 45 miles an hour here. I have not seen a 50 projection yet, but just strong winds regardless. Regardless, that's just semantics. Strong winds everywhere today. This is our wind map here. As you can see, these are the strongest winds projected through the weekend. As you can see, 47 up near the Mackinac Bridge and in the UP northern Michigan. So getting a lot at once. Yeah, it is already blustery in the thumb because that cold front with that wind is going to be tough. So for anybody camping or doing anything outside tonight, over the weekend, it is going to be cold. It is going to be windy. So dress appropriately. Jeans, hoodie, maybe even a hat. Maybe even break out some gloves if you're going to be hanging out past 8 o'clock. This was our current radar as it stands. This is the last image I have from the National Weather Service. This thing is not moving. Not moving. It's just, this is a frozen radar. I just wanted to get the last picture of it. But if this was a real radar, it would just be moving from here to here. So slow moving storm across lower Michigan today. Showers are still hanging out over here. We're running through it all. Here's our looping current radar right now. As you can see, it's just barely moving across the state. And that is the last hour and a half of movement right there. That's not much at all. We're going to go through all of this. Here we go. I knew I had something from yesterday. That's stretching across the state right there. 1 inches on the lakeshore, 2 to 3 inches yesterday fell from this band stretching from Holland to Detroit. Look at that strong batch of storms that we went through yesterday. Just a line of strong. Yeah, in Ann Arbor tomorrow morning, it's going to be cooler. I mean, we're in southeast Michigan, so we're not getting the full effect of that cold front, but it's still going to be a strong cold front from us here. We're going to go from the low 80s today into like, I'm going to have to double check what the day projected temperature is, but like I said, weekend weather forecast will be posted tomorrow. I'll be thinking about all you people tailgating and being outside for football and that stuff, so just slow down on that. It is going to be cooler. I do not see rain in the forecast, but cold, windy, dress appropriately. Retire the shorts if you haven't already. What do we got here? Here's our northern Michigan. Our friends from National Weather Service in Gaylord. Yeah, that's something. I've glossed over another lead. The waves are going to be as high as in Lake Michigan. We're going to be looking at waves from like 10 to 15 feet at time. Lake Superior waves as high as 6 to 10 feet across Lake Michigan, Lake Huron, Lake Superior. Just, these are our peak wind gusts today. That map I showed you earlier was steady winds, so these are going to be your strongest wind gusts here. As I said, that rainfall is just kind of lingering over this area, so that's kind of having an effect on that. It's going to be cold, it's going to be a little wet still, and it's going to be very windy. Here we go. Like I said, some wind advisories already issued. Those are wind advisories up here in the thumb, so as it gets colder, it's going to be extremely windy. We're just rolling through it all. Here are our current watches and advisories. Wind. These are wind advisories. What we got here? Let's see what Southwest Michigan's looking at. Yeah, wind advisories, special weather statements, and stuff like that. And that's a. that about runs through it all. I do want to focus on the waves real quick, just for anybody along the lakeshore today. Dangerously high waves, some approaching 15 feet are forecast for the Great Lakes, with those gale force winds moving in through Michigan. Lake Michigan and Lake Huron could see 12 feet in spots. 15 feet could hit Lake Michigan and Lake Superior. A golf weekend in Traverse City, pack the scotch? Yeah, pack the scotch with a side of Fireball, because you need to stay warm. Yeah, just approach the shoreline with extreme caution today. It's going to be windy. It's going to be cold. Those waves are going to be very high. If for some reason you're on the lakeshore, on a beach today, just be careful. That large temperature drop, the wind, storm system slowly moving through lower Michigan, so just hang on there. As I said, check MLive.com. I will have a weekend weather report for all you football tailgaters, for all you people going out this weekend. Might be a good bonfire weekend. This should be dry in most parts over the weekend. West Michigan could be looking at some rain on Monday, but that's getting ahead of ourselves just because this has been such a fluid couple of days of weather. But stay warm out there. Stay away from the lakeshore. What link am I using for my weather? I'm using all the links. Weather Bell, National Weather Service, AccuWeather, anything you name it. Good friends with the National Weather Service. They help me out. Yeah, stay warm. Strong cold front on the way today. And keep an eye out for power outages, down tree limbs. There's a lot to look out for. Maybe not as loud as yesterday as that storm was moving. 2 separate storm systems were moving through, but windy, a strong cold front. Possible frost in northern Michigan, extreme temperature drops in some parts of the state. Just hang on. Take care out there. Happy Friday. And like I said, check the site for a weekend weather report.